Here I am standing at this fantastic camp called Camp Manito-wish.
There's a spirit in the air here at Camp Manito-wish, and it's a spirit that touches you very deeply when you come as a camper.
The caring for individuals, the growth of individual campers, it's a non-competitive camp.
The trail at camp is an integral part of how we teach people collaborative leadership.
Truly, it's magical. Manito-wish is really a magical place.
Camp Manito-wish has actually been part of my life since 1971. I started here as a camper then. I worked on the staff for 5 summers, and I've been involved with camp every year through Memorial Day weekends, family camp, service on the board of directors, as well as volunteering here in the summers for the last 10 years or so. So it's been part of my life, the entire memory of life.
I was raising a family in Chicago, and I got a tripper, which is the name of our newspaper, and on the back of it was a picture of a cabin mate from when I was 15. And this person and I did nothing but laugh for 3 weeks. We truly bonded, which is what people do here, through all the activities and the canoe trips, and it was fun. It was character building and learning leadership skills. These were things that we learned at Manito-wish, and just having. Right now, I saw this same person last weekend, and at the end of this year, we will celebrate 50 years of knowing each other, which I think is truly amazing. And you find this all over Camp Manito-wish. The relationship building that people do here is truly amazing.
I have so many defining moments, so many little moments that I can remember standing in, where the road goes through the swamp, standing there talking to Elmer toward the end of boys camp one year, and saying to him, what a great job he did, and he was shaking his head, and he said, I don't know. I don't think I do such a good job. He said, I just came out of a meeting with Bob Talene where he told me about everything that I'm doing wrong, and I really don't know that I'm such a good director. And I didn't know what to say, because this was Elmer Ott, for God's sake, talking to me about having doubts about whether he was an effective leader. And it just shook the world for me but I sort of came away from it thinking, well, hell, if Elmer Ott is still evaluating his performance after this many years and this many summers, and having this reputation, and a reputation that's well earned because I know him, I guess that's what you have to do when you're a leader. You have to fill yourself with self-doubt and test yourself over and over and over again. So, that was not a big deal. It was just something that got me thinking. And I've thought about that conversation off and on for years and years and years.
Well, I think the whole experience of being on the trail is a test of leadership. And I think as you look back and you see the counselors that you've had, and the good ones and the less than good ones, you recognize your fellow campers that were really extraordinary and stepped forward, and the guys that would say, I'll take the grubber, if you're having trouble carrying that, switch with me. And I think it kind of developed, and it was you learn how to, as I said before, you learn how to get through 10 days of maybe not good weather, maybe being windbound, maybe you got a jerk with you, maybe you got a counselor that's inept and you have to kind of teach him how to be a counselor, that kind of thing.
I've been through some difficult experiences when I thought, I can't do this anymore, and I'd think, well, yeah, you can. You took that extra step with the grubber, you portaged that canoe, you made it through that lightning storm. I went back to law school when I was 35, and I thought, what am I thinking of? And I thought, you're a Manito-wish woman, you can do this. And I mean, I'm serious. I said, well, what makes you think you can do this at 35? You've got 2 children. I said, well, I'm a Manito-wish woman. Manito-wish women can do what they set their minds to do.
When things don't go right, I come back here and I think of the experiences I've had, the people I've met, and what I can do here. I think that's the biggest basis that I draw from this camp. And tell me, where can you be in the United States of America to be at this wonderful grounds, these wonderful trees, these wonderful people in a wonderful situation where it's just so pleasant and so wonderful. It's just, I know I'm using the word wonderful so many times, but that's what it is. It's just, I guess that's the best way I can describe it. It's just a wonderful place to be.
I learned the love of nature, and I learned the spiritual connection to be found in nature, and I learned to cooperate with my trail mates, and I learned that I can do most anything if I have to.
You can't say that it's one thing. It is really all the things that you learned on the trip, all the trips, short ones, long ones, the trying to impress your counselor by getting up early and starting the fire before he got out of bed so that you could qualify for the next trip. Doing all those things, it just, you know, that every little piece of that carries on into life, and I think that's part of the leadership quality that is built here. You know, knowing that you got to get through the portage, you're going to get through the rain. You can really put up with that guy who's just an incredible jerk, because you know at some point it's going to end, and you're going to come out the other end and be just fine.
It taught me that I could meet people from all over the United States and work with them, learn with them, be taught by them, and have a friendship the rest of my life.
The skill of working together is truly one that is learned at Manito-wish, and it's that cooperative learning, that we use in our leadership, area of Manito-wish, where we have to work together to solve a problem. And you hear now of these kids going on these 60 and 90-day, trips to the Arctic Circle, and you read what they write, about it, and it's truly an incredible experience.
Camp is set up in a way that you have a lot of free choice, even as a 10-year-old. You can pick what you want to do during a day. You can pick who you want to be doing that with. Things that as 10, 11, 12-year-olds, people normally don't get. Somebody saying, okay, we're getting together with the Joneses and you will be playing with their children. We got to choose, and we got to embrace our talents and learn things, and it's a magical thing to be given that freedom.
You can't give a child or a grandchild or a young person any better gift than to give them time at Camp Manito-wish and give them the Manito-wish experience and plant that in their lives.
I'm just so thrilled to be here. I'm so thrilled. I look at these trees and I'm at home. And they're a part of who every day I walk through my life in Milwaukee, and my mind comes back to this spot by the wheels on the shores of Lake Boulder. There's no better place on earth.